Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. I'm off to the thrift shops in search of home decor that looks high-end but is way easier on my budget. You just never know what kind of treasure you might find, so come on and join me for this thrift shopping challenge. Well, friends, I am off to the thrift shops again this week. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather and I'm feeling better now, but my voice is still not fully cooperating, so I might sound a little odd today. But I am just looking around, seeing what I can find this week. Someone please tell me what this is for. It's very pretty and I know it must have a specific purpose, but I'm just not familiar. I'm here at Nearly New Thrift Shop, which is in Durham, North Carolina. They have a lot of this sort of handmade looking pottery right up front, and it's really catching my eye. I really like this picture in particular. I really like that picture, but didn't quite want to pay $15 for it today. I spotted this set of 3 abstract artwork pieces. They were $16 and I found out that was per piece of this, but I did find the same set exactly on Amazon for $95. I always like to look through the book section at this particular thrift store because all the books are only 25 cents. Strokes of genius. I thought it might be about painting. It's about golf. I thought this set of 4 chairs was very pretty, and especially if they were all recovered in the same fabric, these could be so cute for a sunroom. This little quilt caught my eye because it does have similar qualities to a lot of the Kantha quilts that I've been looking at on Etsy, which are a lot more expensive. I really wish that this one was a little bit more of a neutral color palette and I would definitely snatch it up, but the orange and yellow really didn't work in any of my rooms. I found yet another restoration hardware item at this thrift shop for not very much. This is actually a shower curtain. Now I'm off to Goodwill. My favorite cashier is working today. She is so sweet, and I'm just taking my time and looking through everything today, including the clothes. I spotted this little threshold mini olive tree and thought that it was kind of cute. For $10, not too bad, but honestly I was less than thrilled with the quality of the leaves and the realism of this particular tree, so I'm going to pass. Also thought that this shadow box hanging with these dried florals was really sweet. I'm also off to Trosa thrift shop again to see what I can find. This little duck kind of reminded me of the Zella Swan available on McGee & Co.'s website, just as a fun little cottagey accent piece. I also found several vintage items in Trosa this time that caught my eye and just made me want to take a closer look. I thought that this leaf tray was kind of pretty. It was very dusty, but very pretty. And I did grab a few items from Trosa this time, so it was very exciting. And here is what I brought home. First of all, I brought home 2 of these pillows. They're a nice cream color with a kind of taupe embroidery on them of this paisley pattern. I thought that these were really pretty and felt very high quality and thick. These were only $1.99 from the linen bin, and just for fun, here's a list of the pricing at my Goodwill if you want to pause and take a look at that. As I said, I brought home 2 of these at $1.99 each, and I think that they look very nice mixed in with my other pillows. I also brought home that kind of shadow box frame with the sun-dried flowers inside. I think that these look really sweet in my daughter's room, and as a bonus, this was actually a brand new item. Also, as kind of a side note, I got this large wooden tray several weeks back, actually a little before Christmas, but I just want to do a little update to it. I had to get rid of one of my purses this week. It was just in bad shape, but the handles on it still looked really good with this braided faux leather, and so my thought was that I would use some of this braided leather to kind of wrap the handle of this tray. And so rather than wrap in one continuous motion where it would end up being a little bit sideways and use up more of it and possibly not be long enough to cover the whole handle, I'm actually cutting it into strips. I'm just using hot glue on the bottom side of the handle and pressing really firmly. This was a quick little flip, and I think that it adds a little bit of charm to the tray. And the nice thing about hot glue is that most of the time you can just pop it right back off again. If I ever got tired of these, I would just simply peel them right back off, but I think that this is a nice look. Also, I got several things from Trosa thrift store this time, and I'm going to show you what those are. First of all, I got this brand new looking little throw. This is just a 100% cotton, kind of sage green throw with fringe on the trim. It's in very nice shape, and it feels like stiff and unused. I just don't think that anyone used this. And I'm just giving this a quick wash and popping it on the couch for a nice spring kind of change out in the living room. I like that this is lightweight and really good for spring and summer. And that only cost me 99 cents from Trosa. Now next, I also found what they have labeled as a mattress cover. It's actually a duvet cover. It took me quite a while to find the zipper and find the tag on this thing, but when I finally did, I saw that it was a 100% linen king-size duvet cover. It's actually from Peacock Alley, and if you're not familiar with them, I wasn't either, but their items are very nice luxury items, and it's quite expensive. They say they have a workroom in Dallas, but their textiles come from Italy, Portugal, and beyond. Linen duvet cover from their site is $415 for a king size, so I felt really good about getting this one for $199. And this actually inspired a kind of mini makeover in my guest room. Last minute, just from this duvet cover, but I knew that this room needed a big refresh. I don't really have any before pictures, but trust me, there was nothing special going on in here. I did have a bed already. But beyond the duvet cover, I'm adding this cream colored comforter that I got from Goodwill in the bin. This was $199. And then the next thing that you see me doing is I'm taking the existing curtain rod that was already in this room, and I'm just moving it up higher so that's a little more fresh and trendy looking. I'm waiting on some curtains to arrive from Amazon because I couldn't find any in the thrift shops that I liked this particular week. In the meantime, I am changing out the pillow covers in here to some 100% linen ones that are extra from another set that I have. They were king size, so they're too big for these standard pillows, but you can see that I'm just tucking it in envelope style, and that makes them fit a lot better. It's hard to tell on camera, but these are actually a nice sage green color. I'm bringing in two matching black nightstands that were from our master bedroom, but which I'm going to be replacing in that room. And I'm also adding this little brown 100% linen pillow that I found at a different thrift shop for 99 cents as well a while back. I'm also bringing in two matching lamps that I got from a yard sale for $5 together. They're originally from Target. And as for art, I'm pulling from other areas of the house. I'm bringing in this custom painting that I found at Goodwill. It was only $3.99. It appears to have been painted by someone locally, and it is a genuine painting, not a print. I'm also salvaging this little mouse sketch, and I know that some of you will be so happy to hear that because you really liked him. I pulled him out and used the frame that he was in for something a couple weeks ago. I told you I would save the sketch, and I have, and I think that he looks so much better in this frame. Now I'm just moving the hardware on this frame so that it will hang vertically rather than horizontally. I like to just use a staple gun to do that. It's a nice quick way. And I think that this little mouse looks so happy in his new home. I wrapped the matting of this frame in a linen-y material, and you can see how I do that in the link above. I'll also link it in the description box, but you'll be able to see there how I get this done with nice, neat folds. So I'm just putting the floral painting above one nightstand wall and the mouse print above the other, and then I'm also bringing in this blanket ladder that I had downstairs but can spare from the living room, and I think that this just kind of fills up this other wall and makes the whole room more inviting for guests. I also do have a set of sheets for this bed that are in the laundry, but I'll be popping those on as soon as they're done. My other decor on the nightstands is just miscellaneous, pulled from around the house, so I'm only in at $22.95 so far. Now, like I said, I was waiting on some curtains. I did pick out some from Amazon for this. I'm waiting on those to be delivered, and here they are. I'm so glad that I went ahead and got these. They were having a sale on these. Now, this is a linen blend curtain. These are nice and long, I think 96 inches long, and they have a rod pocket as well as the back tabs, as you can see, so that you can hang those either way. I also have some of the black clips on hand, but I'm not sure yet how I'm going to be hanging these, so I'm going to try a couple ways. These were the curtains that were in the room before, this gray, and I think that this needs to go at this point. So this is how they look in the rod pocket versus the back tabs with the pleated look. Now, unpopular opinion perhaps, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with hanging curtains with a rod pocket, even though it's not the most trendy right now. Everyone's doing clips, but I still think that this looks really pretty. The rod pocket version does give you the most width per panel when they're scrunched up because not as much fabric is coming forward in those deep pleats like the other ways. So it's just one non-designer's opinion, but I think that this is a perfectly passable way to hang your curtains if it's what you like. This is how the color looks, and I'm really happy with this. It's a sort of semi-sheer, but definitely enough to give you privacy at night, I think. And I like how this is not too yellowy, not too gray. It's just a nice kind of cream color, ivory. And I think that once I added these curtains in the room, it kind of all comes together. Now, this is not like some extreme makeover, no wall treatments or murals or anything fancy going on in here. Actually, this was just, like I said, very last minute this week, and while I was also sick. But as you can see, it's just something that you can kind of pull together just by keeping your eyes open at the thrift shops and having a little creativity and pulling from the rest of your house. Even with the new curtains that I bought from Amazon, this only cost me less than $60 to give this guest room a totally fresh look. Now, I would love to layer a new rug in here and some other details, but it's just nice to go ahead and get a start on something, and I do like the way that it's looking so far. However, overnight I had some more thoughts about this room, and when I woke up in the morning I decided I want to experiment with taking off those cross pieces off of the windows just to see how that kind of opened up the view in the room and what it looked like. I was pretty happy with it once I took those off, so I kept going, and that actually led me down the path of wanting to paint the windows, clean the windows, and even take off the hardware, which I assume was probably original to this house from the late 80s, but it was very grungy, brass, and it just needed a touch up. So here I am painting out the window frames, giving them a fresh coat of white paint, and then I decided to use my rub and buff. I have this on hand all the time, you guys know, in European gold, and I'm just going over that hardware. I'm going right over top of the paint splatters that were there from a previous owner's paint job, and it just freshens it all up. It's just a small detail, but I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and make this window shine since it's right behind the bed. I'm even going over the nail heads that are here and getting the paint off of those, and then I'm just putting them back in place over the freshly painted window. It looks much better. I think that these small details, although they might not show up very well on the camera, actually just make me feel better about the room. It has a fresher vibe, a nicer look, and it's just a little bit more crisp, and I'm happy with these extra changes that kind of were on my mind in the middle of the night. Now, the last thing I want to share with you from the thrift shops that I brought home was this table runner. This is a long table runner. It fits my long rectangular table. It's from Hearth and Hand, Magnolia Home Collection from Target. I think it was originally around $25 from what I can tell, but after a quick wash and a good iron, I put this on my table, and this was only 99 cents from Trosa Thrift Store, so I thought this was a good addition to my table linens. I'm very happy with this, and just as a side note, we have just put up a new dining light. I'm happy with it. I think Curry the cat is happy with it too. So that about wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit like, and if you would like to leave a comment letting me know, that would be great. And also, if you would like to subscribe, you can see more of these videos in your feed. I will see you at the next video.